I greet you in Jesus' precious name. It is Friday morning, the 27th of September, 2024, and this is your friend Angus Buchan with a thought for the day. We start off in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 1. At that time, the disciples came to Jesus saying, "Who then is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" Then Jesus called a little child to him, set him in the midst of them, and said, "Assuredly I say to you that unless you are converted and become as little children, you will by no means enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever humbles himself as this little child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven." Wow, childlike faith, imagination, being able to dream. You know, I've got two little grandchildren. One's name is William, and his cousin's name is Rebecca. William gets on his little bicycle, and he rides over to see Rebecca. Rebecca stays in a little house close to us, and William just over the road. And then they ask Goko, that's the Zulu name for granny, they ask Goko if they can make a tea party. And of course, Goko says, of course. So they set out a little tea party. They've got sweets. They've got Coca-Cola. They've got every sweet thing you can think of. And then they invite Kulu, that's me, to come and join them. You talk about a sugar rush. I want to tell you something now. We're eating biscuits, drinking Coca-Cola, eating jelly babies, and it's all make-believe. And they're giving us food and drink. But you know something? When I sit there, it brings a tear to my eye. It is so refreshing to see their little imaginations going. They've got a little tea set. They've got to pour the Coca-Cola into the little cups. Then you've got to drink it and not laugh. You've got to be very serious. They are so generous. They keep giving you refills. They are so loving and so innocent. But you know, folks, they've got an imagination. Now, just in case we look down on little children, Jesus says, unless we become like them, we'll never see the kingdom of heaven. Have you ever heard of a man by the name of C.S. Lewis? Of course you have. Probably the most famous contemporary Christian writer of all time. But you know, C.S. Lewis wrote a book called The Witch in the Wardrobe. He wrote another book called Narnia. Now, unless you've got an imagination like my little grandchildren, you'll never be able to understand that story. And yet it is a bestseller. They've made movies about those two books, not to mention all the other books. Oh, no, he wasn't childish. He was an Oxford professor. He was a Cambridge professor in the English language. I want to say to you today, let's keep it simple. Let's be not childish, but let's be childlike. Jesus bless you and have a wonderful day.